Types of climate. Number 1, desert. Number 2, polar. Number 3, tundra. Number 4, subtropics. Number 5, oceanic climate. And number 6, tropical monsoon. Desert climate. The desert climate or arid climate. In the Köppen climate classification, BWH and BWK is a climate in which there is an excess of evaporation over precipitation. The typically bald, rocky, or sandy surface in desert climates holds little moisture and evaporate the little rainfall they receive. Places experiencing this climate. Hot desert climates are found across vast areas of North Africa, the Middle East, northwestern part of India, subcontinent, interior Australia, and smaller areas of southwestern United States and Chile. Characteristic of desert climate. Deserts are characterized by low humidity, air moistures, low annual rainfall, and an overall moisture deficit, meaning the rate of evaporation exceeds the rate of rainfall on average. Deserts are also characterized by extreme temperature.
Polar climate. The polar climate regions are characterized by a lack of warm summers. Every month in a polar climate has an average temperature of less than 10 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Regions with polar climate cover more than 20% of the Earth's area. Most of these regions are far from the equator, and in this case, winter days are extremely short and summer days are extremely long, could last for the entirety of each season or longer. A polar climate consists of cool summers and very cold winters, which results in treeless tundra, glaciers, or a permanent or semi-permanent layer of ice. Places experiencing this climate. Polar climates are located at the North Pole of the Arctic and at the South Pole on the continent of Antarctica. Animals such as polar bears, Arctic foxes, Arctic wolves, walruses, seals, penguins, and some fish live in the polar climates, and a few million people live in the Arctic polar climate. Characteristics. A polar climate consists of cool summers and very cold winters, which result in treeless tundra, glaciers, or a permanent or semi-permanent layer of ice. Subtropics climate, 23.5 degrees to 40 degrees. The subtropics receive the highest radiation in summer since the sun's angle at noon is almost vertical to the earth, whilst the cloud cover is relatively thin. These regions receive less moisture, sea trade winds, what increases the effect of radiation. Therefore, most of the deserts in the world are situated in this zone. In winter, the radiation in these regions decreases significantly, and it can temporarily be very cold and moist.
Places experiencing this climate: Argentina, Uruguay, and south of Brazil, the southeast portions of East Asia, the southern United States, South Africa, Ethiopia, and eastern Australia. Characteristics: area between the tropical zone and the temperate zone, 25 degree to 40 degree north and south latitude. Average temperature, 20 to 35 degrees Celsius. Day length, 9 to 15 hours. Precipitation, dry, winter humidity, and always wet areas. Vegetation, semi-deciduous or evergreen forest, hardwood forest with winter rain, savanna, pasture land, semi-desert, warm temperature moist forest, limoral deciduous forest.
Tundra climate, 25 degrees, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Major climate type of the Köppen classification, characterized by sub-freezing mean annual temperatures, large annual and temperature ranges, but not as large as in the adjacent continental subarctic climate, and moderately low precipitation. The tundra climate region occurs between 60 degrees and 75 degrees of latitude, mostly along the Arctic coast of North America and Eurasia, and on the coastal margins of Greenland.
Characteristics. Extremely cold climate, low biotic diversity, simple vegetation structures, limitation of drainage, short season of growth and reproduction, energy and nutrients in the form of dead organic materials, large population oscillations. Places experiencing this climate: Alaska, Canada, Russia, Greenland, Iceland, Scandinavia.
Oceanic climate. An oceanic climate, also known as a maritime climate or marine climate, is the Köppen classification of climate typical of West Coast in higher middle latitudes of continents, generally featuring mild summers relative to their latitude, and cool but not cold winters, with a relatively narrow annual temperature range and few extremes of temperature. Oceanic climates can be found in both temperate and subtropical areas, notably in Western Europe, parts of Central and Southern Africa, North America, South America, parts of Asia, and as well as parts of Australia and New Zealand. The oceanic climate can be experienced in the West Coast. It is predominantly in parts of Western Europe, some regions in central Mexico, the southwestern part of South America, and the southeastern part of Australia that includes Tasmania and New Zealand. Places experiencing this climate. The oceanic climate can be experienced in the West Coast. It is predominantly in parts of Western Europe, some regions in central Mexico, the southwestern part of South America, and the southeastern part of Australia that includes Tasmania and New Zealand. Characteristics. Climate features also include windiness, humidity, cloud cover, atmospheric pressure, and fogginess. Latitude plays a huge factor in determining climate. Landscape can also help define regional climate. A region's elevation, proximity to the ocean or fresh water, and land use patterns can all impact climate.
Tropical monsoon climate. Tropical monsoon climate have monthly mean temperature above 18 Celsius, 64 Fahrenheit in every month of the year and a dry season. Tropical monsoon climate is the intermediate climate between the wet or tropical rainforest climate and the drier or tropical savanna climate. Main characteristic feature of the tropical monsoon type of climate are characteristic found between 10 degrees north-south and 25 degrees north-south. Has a hot and cool season, larger annual range of temperature than equatorial region, distinct dry and wet season. Place experiencing this climate is India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Myanmar.